Hey there everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel, and today we're going to be doing Black Torch, Chapter 4, Volume 2, titled 2 is Not Enough. So apologies I haven't posted in a little while. It's really hot where I am, and so it's really hard to make videos in audio when I have two fans going on in the background right now. And in even making gaming videos, like it will make my PS5 super hot, and without those fans on, like I kind of it's hard. But anyways, here we are. Temperature's a little more cooler now, so at least now I can make some videos. So without further ado, back to Black Torch. So chapter starts off with Jiro just brushing his teeth, and he's just recalling everything that's been happening for a few weeks now. So I think this is just a little time skip into like a week or two into the future, and he just recalls like what's going on with Rango, and meeting the bureau and whatnot, and fighting Grandpa. And so he's just brushing his teeth. He's brushing his teeth outside on like a dock, and he kind of spits it into the ocean, just brushing his teeth and then spits his spit into the ocean. It's also funny to note because in the gutter it says like he doesn't use toothpaste. So I only wonder how hygienic Jiro is. But anyways, Shiba shows up and these two get talking, and they start talking about the bureau and how there's going to be a new group. Oh, it's also important to mention that they were doing tests on Jiro and about his powers with Rango. And anyways, just so I put that out there because I forgot to mention that. Anyways, Jiro was like, "What do you mean? Like we're starting up a group called Black Torch or whatever it is? I'm only here to freely fight Mononoke. That's all there is to it." So Shiba's like, "Okay, I didn't expect you to accept it very quickly," but then he gets interrupted. He gets interrupted when looks like a nice black car shows up, and two people pop out. The first one is Shiba's chief, the girl we saw last review. I forgot her name actually. And there's another one who comes out, and he's the other boy that we heard about last chapter, who's gonna join the Black Torch squad. So he comes out and he asks like, "Oh hey, I can carry your luggage to the chief." And she's like, "Oh no, you've been so nice to me, I'm so flattered." So then Shiba says, "Okay, everybody's here." And they go into one of the buildings, and the building that they're in is the squad barrack, I would say, for the second division of the Bureau of Espionage, what Shiba heads. I believe there are other bureaus, and I think Shiba does mention, that the one that they have kind of sucks. So, anyways, back to the chapter, back to where we are now. He introduces Riji Kiribara. Kiriara. I don't know where I got the beef from. So Renji Kiriara, and he looks like Uryu basically. He's just another copy. I don't want to say copy, but you can see the heavy influence of Uryu he has, especially how his demeanor was when he was talking to the chief. And Riji starts talking to Ichika, and he's telling like, "Oh, I wasn't expecting somebody so beautiful." Then he turns to Jiro and he's like, "And then there's that thing over there." And Jiro gets offended. He's like, "Well, what are you talking about there?" And he's like, and Reggie goes back and say, "I have trouble working someone who's so mediocre and useless." So they have a back and forth going on and decide to fight it out outside. So as they go outside, Jiro and Reiji, I'm gonna say Reiji. Reiji is preparing to battle. So Jiro just has his fist, like, I think he either has gloves on or he's just wrapping them up, while Rigi is just getting his wooden sword ready, right? Rengo pulls up and he just sits on his back, and he's like, I thought I could finally get some sleep. What's all with this ruckus? And they go on and explain, like, yeah, they're about to have a fight right now. Now, Rigi drops some dialogue over here, some exposition, where he states that his clan specialized in swordsmen for generations. Back when the Bureau of Espionage and the Oniwabasu, I can't pronounce that. I'm so sorry, guys. His clan instructed the Shogun in the Kiryaru style of swordsmanship, alongside. Oh man, this is so tough. I apologize. Anybody who's Japanese or knows about the Japanese language, I cannot pronounce this. I'm not going to attempt to pronounce this. This is pretty difficult. He just basically, to summarize, he basically says, like, hey, the Bureau of Espionage basically conducted us to train the others of this type of I think it's kenjutsu, a type of, like, how you fight with a sword. He does state that this isn't public knowledge, however. And he says it's going to be pretty unfair, if you don't pull out a weapon. And Jiro says, I just need to fight on my own. And he's like, it's kind of silly. So he says, Reggie says, this isn't obvious. I'm giving you a handicap. If I don't, this will be over too quick. So basically, he kind of just drops his sword, and Reiji and Jiro start their fight. So Jiro, he jumps up into the air, and he lunges straight towards him. So Reiji, he just has his eyes closed while Jiro is right behind him. And I don't know how he does this, but Jiro, he grabs his sword and swats Jiro like he's a fly with his wooden katana. Even though the wooden katana was on the floor, he picked it up as soon as he could and just swatted him. Jiro gets back up and he's like, "Oh, I'm just warming up." And so they kind of declare that they'll just, like, kill each other in this fight. So they go at it one more time, and Reiji, he does slash one more time, but the thing is that Jiro's going straight on for him. Like, he's just a force just going straight for Reiji. And so he slashes his sword, and Jiro breaks the wooden sword. Jiro's like, Reiji's like, oh my god, this is impossible. This can't have happened. Of course, typical shonen boys. And so they go at it again, and they kind of just call it a truce for a while, and then they go for hand-to-hand combat. And so after they're done, they have one last punch, which this punch basically reminds me of Sasuke and Naruto's final clash. I think in Dragon Ball they also had this type of punch. I could be wrong though, but it's that punch where Naruto punches Sasuke and Sasuke punches Naruto, and their hands are just like on top of each other. If I can find a photo of it, I will most definitely post it. What it reminds me of. I don't even remember if this is from Naruto versus Sasuke in the Final Valley fight. I'm pretty sure it does go with it though. So anyways, they wake up after being passed out, and then Jiro tosses them a can. They kind of have their sorry moment. Jiro pranks Reiji by him opening up a can and explodes in his face and whatnot. And so they kind of just make up boys being boys. And fast forward, that's where that story kind of ends there. So fast forward to the chief and Shiba. They're just sitting now talking, and the chief kind of does say something very important. He's like, okay, so what are we going to do now? We don't have any official missions from the Bureau. Well, Shiba says, I have one of my own. and it's pretty important because it's going to lead us to the identity of our true enemy. Now, that's where the story ends. And when he says leads us to our true enemy, I like how he just says that, and we don't really know who or what the enemy could be. It could be another Bureau of Espionage, who's gone rogue. It could be another Mon Anouk. It could be really anybody, because up until this moment, the Bureau of Espionage or the Mon Anouk, they can be friend or foe, basically. You know what I mean? Because I see that because, just like what Rango said, the Bureau of Espionage, the Mon Anouk, they just want to use us. So, I don't remember who really was the enemy. I know he looks like he's on the cover of volume whatever. I can't remember the volume either. But, yeah. So, that's where the chapter ends. And those were just my thoughts on who the enemy could be. Either Mon Anouk or Bureau of Espionage. But I think we all know who it could be. Like, which either or it could have been. So, anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Sorry for a lack of uploads for the past few days. Even Catch of the Day, I have not posted any Catch of the Days. Like, I have them ready to post, but I just haven't posted them. It was just way too hot, and I apologize for that. So anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you next time. Take care.